fun half of the Majority Report show where things are fun. You will have fun, or we will pepper spray you in your face.
At this footage of stormtroopers.
Yeah. Hey, folks. Today on what are your local fascists up to? We have feds out in Portland, Oregon on Friday night, and they're having a conversation with a couple of young people who are protesting and have obviously hurt the fifis of these big, strong federal ICE officials. And, well, you know what happens next. Let's watch this. Oh, wait, go back. Is that the beginning that we have?
It starts at
No, start it earlier, because I want...
They cut the climax to the beginning, but we can play it from...
Yeah, play it. Yeah, I don't want to see... I want to see the buildup. I just want to show you what, scroll through that a little bit. I want to show you just exactly what the supposed threat was. Yeah, let's take it right here. Why these thugs did what they did. Because you will see that this couple is standing there saying things. We can't exactly hear what they're saying, but they could have been mean things. Mm-hmm. They could have been like, hey, your outfit looks ridiculous, or you're a jerk, or you shouldn't be here terrorizing my neighbors.
Or like, how do you have such a big gut and no ass?
Right. It could have been
something like that.
The ass went to the gut.
Yeah.
You know when you have a dent in a car and it just goes out the other way?
Yeah, I mean, there could have been all sorts of really horrifically mean things that they were saying that provoked this attack by these federal thugs.
You're stupid. You're fucking stupid. You're actually fucking stupid. We're gonna body check him because what?
Who is talking to you? No. Hey, this is the line that they created.
Oh, look at that. Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
They're completely blind now, those two victims of that attack. And you can see, if you go back, you can see it was completely premeditated. It wasn't just the sprayer, because you see this other cop goes and grabs the cop to the left, puts his hand on his back and walks him back so that he is out of the way. So that guy with the spray went up with the intention of spraying. You see that?
Yeah.
That guy with the spray went up there with the intention of spraying regardless. And it was because I heard what that woman was saying. She was saying, you're effing stupid. And so therefore, you deserve a point blank shot in the face with pepper spray.
I mean, you say woman. I don't know who that is. She looks like she could be a girl.
Teenager.
She looks like she could be a
She
teenager.
could be a teenager.
I mean, I'm not even saying that all. My point is just that's a very young person.
Protest
They just
not
sprayed
allowed.
in the face. Yeah.
Saying, swearing in front of a federal official. Apparently, the judge and jury decides you get pepper sprayed right in the face, point blank. Here is another instance across the country of federal thugs. In this case, they are masked and in plain clothes. We don't know the circumstance of why they decided to apprehend this man in the middle of a street between 63rd and Costner Avenue in Chicago. This is, this clip comes via...
Pablo Manriquez of migrantinsider.com.
We will put a link to migrantinsider.com. And this, they have tackled this guy. This went on for minutes and minutes. And eventually, more and more people start coming. One of the citizens patriots around there. Actually, I think like gets probably crosses the line in terms of like actually getting physically involved in what's going on. But in these moments, people are taking advantage of this opportunity where the power dynamic has shifted from these rogue federal police force and the citizens of Chicago.
You've suspended due process.
Making it very difficult for these.
This is their benefit. Way.
People are stopping their cars in the street and they eventually give up.
Hell yeah.
Now that was after like 3 or 4 minutes in the entire video.
Yeah, we started 3 minutes into it.
You can go and check and watch the whole video. That guy takes off, and then there's another ICE car that goes by later. But they were all over the place. But it just goes to show you, I mean, there are circumstances where it becomes too difficult for these guys to, I don't want to say do their job. They seem to be freelancing all the time. It's unclear what their job is. It's certainly not to keep communities safe. It is to endanger people. And they don't seem to operate within any type of judicial or legal framework. There is no judicial or legal framework that allows a cop, based upon someone swearing at them, presenting zero threat, to go up and pepper spray in their face.
It'd be nice for that $30 billion budget to just turn into a lawsuit slush fund.
Well, we do at the very least have some suits. Like, this is the big story coming into today is that you have the Oregon lawsuit from, or the Oregon judge, who's a Trump appointee, federal judge, blocked the Trump administration from sending federal troops to Oregon. This judge was also is such a Republican, so in those circles, that she was on the Ken Starr legal team with the Bill Clinton.
For Whitewater.
For Whitewater. And she personally interviewed Monica Lewinsky.
Do you have a name?
I don't have it written down here, but it's in every article on it. It's a female judge. She is as conservative as it gets. And she basically
it's Judge Karen Immergut. And what happened was she first issued a temporary restraining order, essentially. I don't know if it was actually a TRO or just enjoined the Trump administration from nationalizing the Oregon National Guard and having them go into Portland. Then the Trump regime tried to nationalize the California National Guard and send them to Oregon. And she stopped that one. And then Trump regime tried to nationalize the Texas National Guard. And at that point, she basically was like, aren't defendants simply circumventing my order? Why is this appropriate? And so she imposed a fully enjoined the federal government from nationalizing any guard and going in there. And now there's rumors that Trump wants to send in the military. We have this little thing called posse comitatus in this country where you're not allowed to use the military in that fashion. But you'll recall they did send 200 Marines down into L.A. as sort of like a way of testing and sort of
dip our toes.
And we just wanted to sort of it's like memory foam. We just want to create a little bit of an indent. Now those Marines never left their barracks, and because it was just a little toe dip. The Trump administration has appealed to the circuit court there. We'll see where that goes.
And now there's that separate also suit from Illinois suing the federal government in response. So, the part of why the Democratic messaging has been so horrific and listless and basically non-existent, at least from congressional leadership, it's been their strategy to rely on the courts. And in the first Trump administration, that was fairly effective, or that was a decent blueprint for it. And the Trump administration this time around has basically said we don't care, or has tried to overwhelm the courts or get around them. This is a glimmer of hope in that it's coming.
Let's play clip 21. This is the Oregon Attorney General explaining the that federal judge's order. Again, this federal judge appointed by Trump was working on Whitewater. You can't get much more right-wing Republican than this federal judge, at least on paper.
Oops. Good evening, everyone. Dan Rayfield, Oregon's Attorney General. It's past 8:30 on a Sunday night, and I know the last thing that you want to do is listen to the Oregon Attorney General, but we have an incredibly important update in our case, the National Guard case, to pause the president's attempt to bring the United States military onto the streets of our cities. Yesterday, we were successful in receiving an order from the court pausing the president's attempt to federalize the Oregon National Guard. Shortly after that, hours after that, the president made orders to bring the National Guard of California to Portland. Today, we filed another temporary restraining order seeking an order to pause that action. Once we filed that action, the president let us know that he was bringing the Texas National Guard to the state of Oregon. This evening, we had an emergency hearing with Judge Immergut, and she again granted our temporary restraining orders, this time a broader temporary restraining order, pausing all attempts to bring any National Guard from any state to the city of Portland. We do expect the federal government to attempt to appeal this ruling, and we will continue to keep you updated as this progresses. Again, you have amazing people at the Department of Justice that will work all hours of the week, the weekend, to protect Oregon's values. We'll keep you updated.
Okay, and Stephen Miller had this to tweet out in response to that. He wrote, ICE facilities are federal property conducting a federal mission of immigration enforcement that protects the lives and livelihoods of 300 million American citizens. Well, that's all bullshit. The president has undisputed authority under both statute and constitution to deploy troops stationed in any state to defend a federal facility from domestic terrorism or violent assault. That is based on the assumption that that assault has actually happened.
Right, which the judge completely disagreed with in her opinion. That was she undercut their very
It's made
pretext.
up, in other words.
Right.
It's Nazi hysterics.
Right.
A district court judge has no conceivable authority whatsoever to restrict the president and commander-in-chief from dispatching members of the U.S. military to defend federal lives and property. Today's judicial ruling is one of the most egregious and thunderous violations of constitutional order we've ever seen, and is yet the latest example of unceasing efforts to nullify the 2024 election by fiat. Remember, all this is about preventing the removal of illegal alien trespassers from the United States at any cost. It's absurd. It's a lie. It's a lie on its face. And this is not the first time that Stephen Miller has issued like a vague threat about the judiciary. He did one just the other day about a South Carolina judge, Judge Diane Goodstein. And this is what Stephen Miller, the issue before us now, this is on October 1st, is simple and clear. There is a large and growing movement of left-wing terrorism in this country. It is organized and funded, shielded by far-left judges, prosecutors, and attorney generals. The only remedy is to use legitimate state power to dismantle terrorism and terror networks. That, he may have referred to it as the only remedy. The judge that he was responding to at that time, this is a shot of her house the next day. Pop it up. That is her house on fire. Apparently her husband had to be sent to the hospital.
Got bombed, right?
We don't know.
Here's this thing burned.
they're saying it could be an explosion. We still have to verify it, but we are hearing less about this because, like also the attack on that church that was the suspect was a Trump supporter. If this cannot be used and exploited for the purposes of furthering Trump's fascist project, they do not elevate it and seemingly do not care about it. And
I would include in that the kid, the Charlie Kirk fan who ran over those two girls.
Right.
Killed them dead. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.